Hey everybody, how's it going? Currently, there is this week 50% discount on Koenigsegg Jesko Absolut. So it's a great chance to fully upgrade this car. And of course, there's also the flashback event of the Absolute Speed event that allows you to win the car. Um, and if technically you should be able to win the car without any gold spent. However, um, if you want to just breeze through the event, then certainly you can get these upgrades at half price and kind of breeze through it because event is doable without any gold upgrades. So if you have, like, for example, if you max it out, which normally would cost you like 1,700 gold, but with 50% off, you're spending 850 gold, right? However, there is 60 gold that you can win from the event itself, Absolute Speed. And of course, once you have the car fully maxed out, you should be able to pick up a decent amount of gold from the bonus series, Let's Go Jesko, where if you already own the non-absolute, the normal version of Jesko, then obviously you can 100% complete it, which gets you another 82 gold. And of course, you would unlock this exclusive series, which pays out additional 150. So that's a pretty good deal because you're saving upwards of, let's see, first of all, on the upgrade side, you already have a 850 gold discount. But let's, like, instead of spending how much we get off, how much we actually end up spending, right? So, 850 we spend to max out this car. However, you will be able to pick up 60 gold from the special event, the flashback, right? So that brings down the cost to more like 790, and then exclusive series, it's another 150. So that brings it down to 640, right? 640 gold. And as I said, there's another bonus series that you can complete, and that pays out another 82 gold if you own Jesko. So that means net cost of this car, ownership of this car, comes down to more like under 600 gold, which is pretty good deal. And not to mention, this week, this is not the fastest car for the weekly time trial this week, because you need 1-to-1 instead. That's got a better balance in terms of handling. So at least I've had a better time on this week's time trial. So that's yeah, but there's additional gold to be won if you don't own 1-to-1. Jesko Absolut, definitely a great car, very fast, one of the fastest cars in the game. So yeah, just little PSA there. But main point of today's video is to make some progress here. We'll go for, how about all the elimination races featured in this exclusive series. So first one, there are 5, by the way, eliminations. So it should easily get me past that first 25% completion tier. So here we go. First one, tier 2, at Mount Panorama, the Bathurst Circuit. And yeah, I should be able to complete all 5 eliminations without needing to service, as long as I can win it in first go. All right, so yeah, I need to customize this guy too. When I see another customized livery car on the track, it does remind me, like, oh yeah, it'll be nice to kind of stand out in the grid. And that's a pretty well done livery as well. I like it. A sponsor that is not featured in the game. since that was a real life brand. Anywho, so once we are in the lead, of course, not terribly difficult to defend the first place. We just quite literally need to run out the time. So take it easy so I don't wear out more service bars than necessary. These are all timed events, certainly, so we already know, generally speaking, how many service bars each stint will take out, right? So as I said, the 5 eliminations, I should be able to complete that without having to service this car. So, and with 5 gold trophies, I should definitely get past that first 25% completion tier. Of course, I got to, 22% completion just simply by doing the short events like drag races, autocrosses, and speed snaps. So here we go. So yeah, I am really appreciating the fact that they are offering discounts on cars that currently have like special events going at the same time, because that allows you basically less pressure to when you're running the event. Upgrades are cheaper. Whoa, that was like a bullet. My gosh. Just like slam right into me. All right. Yeah, something about those cars that disappear once they get eliminated. All right. So that is good enough for first elimination gold trophy. And the payout, I believe, is all identical as well. Okay, that took out a good number of service bars, but yeah, like as long as at the end of the 4th elimination I have some service bars still left, right, I should be okay. And the next one we find in tier 8, this one at Melbourne, so we're still in Australia here. And this one can get a little messy, obviously, because it's a tight street circuit. So hopefully I will be able to still wrap it up in first go. All right. And we're off. Feel like maybe I should have taken on the inside. All right. I'll take the inside here. Oh, nope, that was a bad idea. All right. Let's give it another go before we use up a lot more service bars than necessary if I'm not gonna win. Okay, so take the inside on the first corner, and then outside, which becomes inside. There you go, that's the way to do it. All right, P4. And can we get to the lead? There we go. And we'll do a lot of coasting here, since once you're in the lead, you get to dictate the pace. So by coasting, you do save on those service bars. So that's the benefit of pulling up to the lead early in the race. so that way you're not, you know, able to coast as much. But like right now, I'm coasting quite a bit, right? Like leading into any of these corners, I'm pretty much, you know, not relying on brakes as much as I am just kind of, as I said, not using up as much gas in the first place. So like here, could we coast all the way through? Sure can. And then we'll put a little bit of speed here, but then from here on out, could we go coasting all the way through the final corner? In fact, I need to brake a little bit. And then we just have 2 more opponents to survive from. And they dare not overtake me through a corner. And then just 1 opponent to keep behind. Of course, I could always just kind of play a blockade. All right. Let's see if that has spared me some extra service bars. So a little bit of collision, especially early in the race, right? But I think the rest of it was relatively clean. That I don't think it should penalize me that heavily for a little bit of contact, right? So let's find out. There you go. That's what we like to see. After the second, we don't want to be using up all the bonus service bars at that point. Anyway, that's good enough for, there we go, 25% completion, the first reward tier, right? So let's pick that up. 25,000 racing dollars and 20 gold. Very nice. Exactly 25% complete. All right, now let's head on over to tier 11 for third instance of elimination. This one at Monza Road Course. So I could cut the first corner, get the advantage, but I will try to race properly. Try. We'll see how much work the word try is gonna be putting in here. All right, we are ready. And I generally, if I'm racing like normal, I like to go on the outside of the first corner. There, I feel like it's generally more space to operate. There we go. P3. A little slow on the exit, but good enough. P4. And then once again, a bit of coasting, actually braking, heavy braking. There you go, and through the second chicane, we are in the lead. And then just like the last run, we can kind of take our time. Since this car, you can coast quite a bit. There are some cars when you coast, it slows down significantly quick. Like let's say the 919 hybrid, right? Especially the Tribute Edition 919 Hybrid Evo from Porsche. That one, when you let go of the gas, the car slows down very quickly, right? You almost don't need to step on the brakes. However, this guy, it's quite happy just coasting like no one cares. And then we just need to pick the right lane to block our opponent in the back. Alright, so 2 more opponents to survive from. Here we go. And that leaves me with just 1 opponent. And heading on to Ascari. Not much acceleration needed at all. All right. So that was relatively clean. Yeah. And most of those damages usually gets accrued at the beginning when you're over making your first move, right, to get to the front. Pretty typical. But anyway, that is good enough for elimination number 3. Featured in this Jesko Absolut. Ooh, that's a lot of service bars used up though. Exclusive series, anyway, as I was saying. Alright. Okay, let's move on to the penultimate elimination. Tier 13, this one at Porsche Test Track. Let's weigh our options. What's the other one? It's in Tier 18. This one at Red Bull Ring National Circuit. Yeah, I don't think it's really going to make that big of a difference. We'll just do it in order. We'll do the Tier 13 first. Porsche Test Track. Of course, I could always hire Eric. So I don't lose any service bars from this race. Then I can just drive like I normally would. And I wonder if that might be a worthy investment. You know what? He's around for free. Let's hire him. Alright, and this one, I'm gonna try to cut through the middle. At least there. And then, could we go on the inside? Yep. And try to stay on the inside, swinging out, and claim the lead. Alright. Takes forever to slow down this car, especially for these sharp hairpins. Well, of course, all the hairpins are pretty sharp. Oh, so heavy. Slowing down this car. Yes, takes a while. Straight shooter. There we go. So with Eric taking care of the things in the background, we don't have to worry about service bars now. So here we go. Early braking. Maybe that was a little too early. Yeah, that was a little. But when you're in such nice lead, that's a luxury that we get to enjoy. Okay, that one was late though. I thought I was braking earlier. Alright, looks like we got another one in the bag. Just one more opponent to survive. Yeah, with this car, we're doing well, almost like 2 full laps and then some, huh? Definitely getting 2 full laps, but it's not really about how many laps you do. Just need to survive. All right. Get some TSM bonus. 1,300 fame points. Still got ways to go till the level up. All right. Good job, Eric. Yeah, I think that may have put me, even slightly in the red, the critical condition, right, in terms of service bars go. All right, so down to one final elimination. As mentioned earlier, Tier 18, this one at the National Circuit layout of Red Bull Ring. Here we go. And it's morning, relatively bright, right? Like Le Mans morning is pretty dark. And I want to say Nürburgring morning is also pretty dark. But Red Bull Ring, not as bad. Visibility, not too bad, right? All right, maybe I'll cut through the middle again, or should I go through the outside? Let's go through the outside. Generally, nice to have a clear race line laid out where we're not hindered by the opponents. And early braking? No, maybe not that early. Good enough for the overtake. Taking the lead. And corner 1, we're gonna need early braking with this guy. There we go, nice. And then the National Circuit right-hander, right? So yeah, this car allows you to coast quite a bit because it accelerates quite a bit. Like, let's see how much speed we get down the main pit straight here. 350, then we gotta slow down. Probably could have carried a little bit more speed, but you get the idea. That's basically on the conservative side, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't be able to take some of those corners that go like relatively shallow, right, left, right, flat out. I mean, you can, but you might lose a little bit of grip. So, all right. Very conservative line. And we're down to just one opponent. So, like right here. Can you take it flat out? Yeah, you skid just a hair. Speaking of skidding, there we go. All right. Not bad. 7,200 racing dollars. Are they paying more? Is it a different amount? I thought they were all paid out the same way. Obviously, the TSM is always a variable. Huh. Did I misread it earlier? I thought it was 7,100. I mean, if it pays more, I don't mind it, but... Alright, well, there you have it. 5 eliminations. And yes, it does put the car in critical condition, so we'll throw it in for service. There we go, and with that 5th gold trophy from eliminations, we are at 31% complete and extra 20 gold richer. So there we have it. So yeah, if you can afford, 50% is a pretty good deal on not just the discount. I mean, but of course, because there's a special event going on to win the car. Yeah, that's a tough one to pass up if you can afford it. So anyway, thanks for sticking around till the end, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Take care.